Forecast.
Here's a sizzling sunrise shot this morning captured by Diane Eppard there in Standardsville. And yeah, we took off with those temperatures back in the low and mid 90s for many. And while some cloud covers rolled in this afternoon, certainly not everyone's seen rainfall. It did help to knock the temperatures down. But here's a look at one of those summer thunderstorms working through portions of western Augusta County. This captured by Margaret Johnson this afternoon. You can see the rain shaft there and the downpours certainly, and slow movement with some of those storms as well. Made it up to 93 today. 87 is our current number, and dew points are in the mid 70s, so it feels still like it's in the low to mid 90s for many. 83 with more cloud cover there in the valley. Some storms have rolled through from earlier, and you can kind of get the idea. We've got in numbers anywhere from the upper 80s and low 90s to 70s and 80s if you've been impacted by some rain. Here's a review just over the last couple of hours, and you can see most of the showers and some storms, especially across the Alleghenies into the Shenandoah Valley, a few that made it over the Blue Ridge. But we'll take a look again. Much of Rockingham now seeing some light to moderate rain, and then we go west of there and you can see some downpours. There's been a couple lightning strikes here back into the Allegheny Highlands, back into West Virginia. And this area of southern Augusta County earlier this afternoon had some heavy rain. So we're talking about areas near Greenville and out toward Riverheads, and you can see some locations picking up 1.5 to 2.5 inches of rainfall, and for a brief while there was a flood warning in effect. As we take a look at the wider picture, again, most locations are not dealing with rain here this afternoon, and these will kind of weaken out over the next several hours, especially as we get past sunset. Temperatures overnight in the muggy low and mid 70s across the region. Your planner for Wednesday, another hot and humid day, most of us back in the mid 90s, heat indices anywhere from the upper 90s to low 100s. The afternoon will feature a few storms, mainly out to the west, and then a better likelihood of showers and storms on Thursday. Temperatures will fall, the humidity is still up. But again, on Thursday, that will be a bit more active. Showers linger into Friday, but a big drop off in the temperatures. But Thursday has the potential to produce some localized pockets of flash flooding with the slow movement of the storms. But the big payoff is at the end of the week as we see these temperatures drop by Friday, some 10-15 degrees, and that'll set us up for a pleasant first weekend of August. And those soupy dew points that are now in the 70s will drop into the 60s and 50s by this weekend. So that'll be some good news. This big heat ridge will get shunted farther south as a new front begins to work into our weather picture. So again, in the morning, we'll start humid. Dry conditions to start the day. There'll be a few storms, especially out to the west during the afternoon. And then Thursday becomes more active by afternoon and evening as we watch these showers and thunderstorms come through. We'll still top out in the upper 80s and low 90s before the storms get here. And again, some localized flooding will be possible along with an isolated severe threat. Partly cloudy here tonight, muggy, areas of fog, low and mid 70s. There's a look at the Michael and Son 7-day forecast. A couple more days of the heat and the high humidity, and then things are going to change in a good way, and especially as we get into later Friday and this upcoming weekend, which looks right now spectacular.
All right, Eric, thank you.
Well, a Charlottesville